Whatever you do, make sure you visit AshKickin.com for your home fragrance, health, and beauty needs. Quality products at a great price.
Hi, I'm Brianna, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So one of the most avoided fighters in the sport of boxing today, Luis King Kong Ortiz, is now threatening to sue Anthony Joshua because Luis King Kong Ortiz is the WBA mandatory challenger. And he says that he was promised that he would get the next shot at Anthony Joshua no matter what happens after the Anthony Joshua-Vladimir Klitschko fight. And let me clear that up. When I say no matter what happens, I means no matter what Vladimir Klitschko decides to do if he were to lose, which he did lose, right? Let me go ahead and quote exactly what Luis King Kong Ortiz had to say to Boxing Scene about possibly suing Anthony Joshua and getting in the ring with him next. Quote, "I congratulate the young man for courage, but I'm next and that is that. Look, my team let the fight happen because the WBA and Eddie Hearn asked us for a favor and because Klitschko didn't want to fight me, but I'm done being pushed back. It's my time and I want my WBA belt. So yeah, I'm calling Joshua out. If he likes, he could just give up the belt. But if not, then October or November sounds good to me. So it's your move, boy. To be the best, you have to fight the best." Look, boxing is a sport, not just business. And it's not fair to me if they allow Joshua to get special treatment because someone is dishing out money. My team convinced me to let the WBA move on with the resolution because of lawsuits that were coming at WBA President Mendoza. So I agreed on the WBA terms, so they told the world and me that I was next no matter what the IBF was asking. Remember, I was the interim champ. The only reason for not fighting Ustinov was they didn't want to take a drug test, and that was in the bylaws of WBA, so I was cleared by my attorneys. All I want is to be treated fair. I'm not asking for what's not mine," end quote. There you guys have it. Ortiz is putting tremendous pressure on Anthony Joshua to take the challenge. Ortiz is the #1 contender, the #1 WBA contender, and according to Luis Ortiz, he actually did Anthony Joshua a favor and allowed them to take the Vladimir Klitschko fight. So I can understand where Luis Ortiz is coming from. Once again, if he allowed Anthony Joshua to bypass his mandatory so he could fight Vladimir Klitschko first, under the impression that he'll be facing Anthony Joshua next, assuming Joshua beats Vladimir Klitschko, and now Team Joshua is still trying to prolong the inevitable, I could understand why why Ortiz would be so frustrated right now. Now, I don't know if King Kong Ortiz is as good as Errol Spence, but there's no doubt about it. He is the Errol Spence of the heavyweight division. The situation is extremely analogous to Errol Spence's situation. Errol Spence, he was in a situation where he was looked at as the most dangerous welterweight, and he still is looked at as the most dangerous welterweight in the division. Nobody wanted to fight him because everyone knew how dangerous and how good he was. But what Errol Spence did was he kept climbing the ladder. He got to the point to where they had no choice but to face him. And Ortiz has damn near put himself in that same position. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, right now they're threatening to sue Anthony Joshua to force them to take the fight. We'll see what happens. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. Anthony Joshua, even if Vladimir Klitschko does have, a rematch clause, it doesn't make any sense to me why Anthony Joshua wouldn't be able to fight his own mandatory first and then go into a rematch with Vladimir Klitschko. I'm sure that could be arranged. I know right now, Team Joshua, they're actually waiting for Vladimir Klitschko to make up his mind if he's even going to take an immediate rematch. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the heavyweight division, guys. Right now, you got Deontay Wilder putting pressure on Anthony Joshua. You got Luis King Kong Ortiz putting pressure on Anthony Joshua. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. We'll see what happens, guys. That's all I got for now, and I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.